see.
ruin your day.
Galio has been locked in.
Can also still play Swain.
Yeah, Swain sounds amazing,
Swain
actually.
into what is a full melee comp. It's pretty great.
I mean, Renekton was already feeling pretty good about it. Like, think about Dominus, Wild Growth. Oh,
yeah,
man.
Taliyah or Swain are the big ones here for
Yeah.
me. I think the Swain has more immediate power around early objectives. The Taliyah provides more map control and also a fair deal of shove that the Swain doesn't really get early on, at least, until he gets a couple more points into his queue. Taliyah, especially in a range versus melee matchup, should definitely be able to do so. So overall, I really like the Nongshim comp. I actually think Varus Lulu is one of the lanes that can really punish the Lucian Nami in terms of sheer laning power. And while the T1 comp is really cohesive and has a very clear identity, which is play very far forward, play very aggressive, I think you're going to be lacking prio in 2 out of the 3 lanes, and top lane is irrelevant, so who cares?
Yep.
And then if you do try to dive, if Nongshim positions well and plays it out and is prepared, it is really hard to get anything done. Between Wild Growth, Polymorph, Lee kicking people away, Renekton being ready and waiting with Dominus, and then the entire kit of Taliyah, kind of a toughie. Now, draft doesn't matter in Challengers, so I'm sure T1's going to win regardless, but overall, do really like what Nongshim have picked up for themselves. Pretty uneventful early game. We'll see Bay going for good old Rod of Ages. Just go down on everything, really. As
Yeah, just build Rod of Ages. If in doubt, just build Rod of Ages, I guess, is the idea.
Dive angle in a little bit here if Bay can get prio of the wave, because they know Sound is spotted on top half of the map.
Smash has to be real careful here as Jiu is doing a lot of work. Forest going to come in. There's the Flash Cyclone. Barrier, not actually used. That was the Whimsy, but it's not going to be enough. And Double H going to have to flash away as well. So first blood going over to Forest, and Smash is able to come back and pick up the wave as well. Disaster for Nongshim. They smelled that something was up. Sounder moving on up towards this top side here as the flick back onto Bay is largely ignored. And Tidal Wave's going to come in. Jiwoo's going to get knocked up as well. The Chains of Corruption come in. It's a great polymorph, but Jiwoo is still dead. And Smash throws through the culling as well. There's the dash and the double kill for the bottom lane in the 2v2.
The dive composition all of a sudden becomes very different because you don't have the necessary damage to actually deal with it.
Ooh. All right, there it is. The flash on in there as the Galio is going to come through as well. The heroic entrance is fantastic, but they don't have a lot of damage. Finally, Smash turns up, and that is going to mean a dead Lee Sin and a dead Lulu. T1 bring in the cavalry at just the nick of time.
And as you might have heard from my confused WOD, the arrival of Smash and Bout perfectly timed, because initially a lot of damage comes down on the counter, as Komi, I'm pretty sure, is just dead.
Well, Bay did struggle with the Taliyah for a moment, but does have Bort with him. And Colmey's still does have a lot of damage potential, but thankfully the Aqua Prison lands, and T1 are able to grab that kill as well.
And you can really see that Lucian Nami in particular, with the extra movement speed that is provided, is just so tough to play into once they get fed, as might have an actual all-in here.
All right, yeah, Dal looking for this kill. Mihail just needs a Q back, though. It's very deceptive. The old Renekton. And Dal is just going to run it out. Sounder is here. You can see a lot of respect being given from the T1 top laner, and intelligently so. Forest will turn up as well. Wants to catch that wave to not lose too much on that top side. Nice little bubble here as supportal combat ensues. Forest now looking for Sounder, who does safeguard away. Lands a resonating strike quite nicely there as well. And is just going to spray some vision all over the jungle of T1.
Not to my point at all. No.
I was trying. Chains of Corruption are going to come down, and look, Nongshim, they're looking like they're going to win to me.
It wasn't too bad. It only took you 2 months to regrow it as
no,
well.
No, it really did grow fast. Double H is almost dead. Smash is absolutely huge. Good flash from Jiwoo, though, and he'll find it. The piercing arrow with the blighted quiver stacks is very, very big.
He didn't even have ultimate. Jiwoo, that is. Are we really? Is this really happening? Are we really witnessing this?
Well, Colmy is looking for an opportunity. Heroic entrance is going to mean that he just gets taken down. There's the kill. Nice taunt to come through from Bay, but now he's in trouble. Jiwoo doing a fair bit of work here, but he's still going to go down as now Forest looking for another one. Sounder wants to get himself out, misses the Q, and he waits for Mihail so we can get him out as well. Safeguard to safety. Mihail actually pretty keen to die, I guess, as he's going to flash to get himself out of the way. Dal throws an ultimate to Narnia, but he'll land the wallop very nicely. Him and Bort, not a massive amount of damage, though, and so the Crocodile will walk his way out.
Yeah, but not in the same pond that you swim in.
No, but they're dinosaurs. They're majestic.
They are an apex predator.
Yeah.
Really
Isn't that
dangerous.
Cool? Well,
Just look at them
Mihail,
go.
Look at this apex predator. He's just walking after them. The flash comes out from Bay. He respects this predator as the seismic shove. I thought that wasn't even... It didn't even look like it was supposed to land. The Gnar completely goes wide, but the Lulu is still dead. The apex predator presses the Gore Drinker button, but it's not enough. And he is going to get taken down for the double kill. Very nicely done. T1 turn it on its head. That's very, very cool. Anyway, Dal going to make his way forward. They look to try and defend this turret, but it is extraordinarily low. And just one of these autos should be enough. There's the Cyclone Sounder, almost dead. The Flash Taunt is going to come through. Only lands on a couple. Mihail immediately has to get out of there. He's not that tanky at this point in time. And the Flash Bubble's going to come in. Bay keeps himself alive, and Smash turns up in the nick of time. If that back had been cancelled, maybe this wouldn't have been so good, but it is. Dal's now chasing after Double H and Sounder. He'll grab one of the kills, and he's looking for another. The Mega Gnar comes in, House goes wide, and T1 roll over the fight.
But at what cost? And the answer is everything, unfortunately.
Yeah,
As,
T1.
Okay, one last attempt. There's the really deep TP.
Yeah, the
comes
real
the
battle.
crocodile.
Indeed. All right, so the Renekton going to get knocked up for a moment. But, he's getting some revenge. Heroic Entrance going to come down. It'll interrupt the dice as the flash forward from Smash is going to lock down the jungler. Call me very, very dead, and now it's only the bottom lane left alive. I think Nongshim have had their last gasp in this particular series, and T1 will be able to take the win. But I want to say, been pretty impressed by this young Nongshim roster, and I hope to see more from them in the future, because T1 are a formidable opponent.
You're playing against PCS champion Bay, and normally
Exactly.
at Worlds I said this with some jest in my voice, but in the case of challengers, experience is what trumps everything else, because so many of these kids are just incredible players in terms of mechanics. Sometimes that means that you see them go for plays and you're like, why are these guys inting? And if you think that, then realize that if you put these guys in any lobby, in any region in the world, in 99% of the times they would absolutely like hard 1v9. Like they would make everyone look silly.
Can you surrender? And the answer is no. Not that it's relevant to this game, because I think both teams had a very large chance of winning. As you can see, I mean, from the goal graph, kind of looks like it was all T1 the whole time, but that's not what it felt like during the game. It did feel like Nongshim did have avenues to get themselves back in. Some disappointing numbers there as far as the jungle is concerned on the Lee Sin side, but we know that that's not what he's all about. He's all about finding those 1 or 2 moments to get the wins for his team. But we haven't really seen surrenders go through. We used to quite often in the first couple of years of League of Legends professional play, but since then, just hasn't really been anything.
Perfect.
Oh, Bot gets it!
I actually
For the
went,
one...
Did you vote for him as well?
No, I didn't. I had to give it to Forest because I thought that he was just
good call as
too
well.
necessary during that game. But I think that these board votes, that's pretty five-head. I like it. Yeah, no, I saw it. I saw yours in the chat.
Okay.
I saw
Thank
yours
you.
in the chat. And
I didn't think
couldn't...
you would give me a compliment like that. Thank you very much.
No. Actually
Amazing.
fantastic. The flash bubble, just incredible. This guy was really on form.